Goku has finally awakened his newest transformation to Super Black Frieza and surprised everyone. Come with me and I'll show you all this now. The universe has never been so close to meeting its own doom. Frieza, the Emperor of the Universe who for countless ages terrorized entire galaxies, has resurfaced with a power that borders on the unimaginable. His new form, an absolute manifestation of his dominance, has reduced even the most powerful warriors on Earth to insignificance. Not even Goku, who had mastered true Ultra Instinct in the battle against Gas, was able to face this resurrected monster. The scene was still burned in Goku's memory, he and Vegeta side by side in their most powerful forms, confident that they could face any threat. But Frieza Black moved before anyone could react. A single blow, a simultaneous punch that knocked them both down, as if they were nothing more than mere apprentices before an absolute master. Goku felt something he had not experienced in a long time: helplessness. He remembered when, in the Tournament of Power, Jiren had pushed him to his limits, forcing him to awaken Ultra Instinct for the first time. But Black Frieza was no Jiren. The Emperor of the Universe was on an entirely different level. His power was not only vast, but refined. He had mastered every ounce of his energy, while Goku still struggled to comprehend the mysteries of Ultra Instinct. Time passed, but the defeat remained like an open wound. Goku knew he had to change. That calm instinct, the unshakable calm that defined Ultra Instinct, simply wasn't enough. His body could react on its own, but his energy couldn't keep up with Frieza's absurd level. He needed something more, something that combined his perfect intuition with explosive power. So he went back to training, first alongside Whis, seeking to further perfect true Ultra Instinct, but it didn't take long for him to realize that simply following the Angel's instructions wouldn't be enough. His own fighting style needed to evolve. He had always stood out for his ability to improvise, to transform obstacles into springboards to new heights. This time, it would be no different. That was why he decided to train alone, isolating himself in a space devoid of energy, where he could focus only on feeling his own body. He began to test his limits, allowing Ultra Instinct to flow freely, but without repressing his emotions like the angels did. Each blow was more intense, each explosion of energy more overwhelming. The absolute coldness of true Ultra Instinct began to mold itself into something fiercer, more instinctive. Goku realized that the error was not in Ultra Instinct but in the way he tried to use it. He was not an angel, he was a Saiyan, someone driven by combat, by the instinct to fight to the limit and overcome any opponent. If Ultra Instinct was the path to calm, then he would need to find a way to adapt it to his true fighting style. His body began to change. His ki, previously serene and untouched, began to pulse like a living flame. The Supreme Instinct still guided his movements, but now there was something different. A refined aggressiveness, an energy that not only avoided the enemy's attacks, but also molded itself to respond instantly, without losing strength. It was as if the fluidity of Ultra Instinct was being reinforced by a more intense, wilder power. Then, the decisive moment arrived. Black Frieza returned. His presence was oppressive, as if the universe itself recognized that it was facing the most powerful being in its history. Goku, however, did not retreat. He took a deep breath, allowing the flow of Ultra Instinct to take over him completely, but this time without clinging to absolute serenity. His hair, previously silver, acquired a different shine, as if a new level of power was awakening. His eyes maintained the clarity of Supreme Instinct, but his aura emanated a fierce energy, something that mixed the refined technique of angels with the brutality of a Saiyan warrior. For the first time, Black Frieza did not smile arrogantly. For the first time, he felt that Goku had crossed a barrier that no one had ever imagined possible. And so, the Saiyan warrior faced his greatest enemy, having achieved a new form, the perfect balance between instinct and power. Black Frieza watched Goku with an expression that bordered on curiosity and contempt. He had defeated him once before with a single blow, and no matter how hard the Saiyan tried to evolve, his confidence was unshakable. But something was different now. Goku's aura not only radiated an intense glow, it also pulsed with an unusual frequency, oscillating between the calm flow of Ultra Instinct and an explosive power that seemed to defy his very nature. The Saiyan maintained his relaxed posture, but his eyes were sharper than ever. Frieza advanced without hesitation, his fist enveloped in a black and gold glow, aiming directly at Goku's face as he had done before. But this time, the impact did not happen. At the moment the blow should have hit him, Goku tilted his head slightly to the side, dodging with absurd precision, but without losing his composure. It was then that, without any warning, his own fist rose, enveloped in an overwhelming glow, and struck Frieza in the abdomen. The Emperor of the Universe writhed in a spasm of genuine pain, being thrown back with a deafening crash. For the first time since he had achieved his new form, Frieza felt something he had never believed possible, an attack that actually hurt. The impact was devastating. Frieza stood up with difficulty, bringing his hand to his abdomen, where a trace of residual energy still sparked. His gaze became fierce, no longer filled with the arrogance of before. Goku remained motionless, watching his enemy's every move with a serenity that seemed to contradict the intensity exuded by his body. Frieza roared, his energy exploding around him, disintegrating the ground beneath him, creating craters of pure destruction. He charged forward again, unleashing a barrage of blows at breakneck speed, but something was wrong. What had once seemed like a one-sided fight was now inverted. Goku dodged with minimal movement, his body reacting before his mind could even process it. But unlike the other times he had used Ultra Instinct, this time he wasn't just dodging attacks, he was responding. Each blow from Frieza was met with a devastating counterattack. A punch to his jaw, a slashing kick to his ribs, a blast of energy that staggered him. The Emperor of the Universe tried to keep up, but for the first time since awakening his dark form, he was being outmatched. Frieza gritted his teeth, realizing he could play around no longer. His body glowed brightly, his energy reaching a peak that distorted the very space around him. His fury was now uncontrollable, and he unleashed a massive attack, a black sphere the size of a miniature planet, compressed into pure destruction. Goku stood still, watching the attack approach without showing any hesitation. At the last moment, he raised his hand and simply closed it. The sphere, which contained enough power to obliterate a solar system, was completely neutralized, dissolving into a shower of glowing particles. The silence that followed was absolute. Frieza stood motionless, his eyes wide with shock. He could not comprehend what had just happened. Goku, on the other hand, just smiled at the corner of his mouth as if he had finally found the answer he was looking for. He did not need to hold back nor fight like an angel. He was a Saiyan, but now he had refined his essence to a level that transcended anything that had ever been seen. Then, in the blink of an eye, Goku disappeared. Frieza barely had time to react when he felt a devastating impact on his back, followed by another on his chest and another on his face. Goku was not only faster, he was intangible, unattainable, as if every movement was an extension of the very flow of the universe. His aura burned in silver and blue tones, a perfect fusion of instinct and power. As Frieza fell to his knees panting, he finally realized Goku had reached a state beyond true Ultra Instinct, a supreme evolution, one that unified his absolute calm with the explosion of power of his complete version. The name of this form echoed in his mind, a new legend forming in that instant. Ultra Instinct Evolution. This is Goku's new transformation, a form that is completely his own, utilizing his Saiyan characteristics but also utilizing the powers of complete Ultra Instinct. Will Goku be able to defeat Black Frieza using 100% of his incredible power with this power? That's something we'll have to wait and see. But comment on what you thought of all this and don't forget to like. Thank you very much for all your support and see you next time.